Ryan, this girl speaks exclusively to us about her tragic young life and says that wasn't the worst of her experiences with drugs. Parents are going to be shocked with how young children are when they try drugs for the first time. She wants to help them look out for signs to save their children. At only 14 years old, this girl is fighting one of the biggest battles of her life.
Okay, when did you start using any kind of drugs?
At the age of 12.
Speaking exclusively to Action 4, she now finds herself here at the Palmer Drug Abuse Program in Brownsville. She says she's not only a drug user,
a whole gram by myself,
but also a drug dealer.
If I used to sell like spice, I would get like 3 grams of spice for 10 or 20 that I sell.
After being arrested high at school and placed on probation, the teen we will call Veronica is ready to straighten out her life, she says, because drugs almost killed her. Now she's sharing her story in hopes of saving other teens from following the same path.
Kids like falling into everything, like everything you say, like, well, it's cool doing it and you're cool if you do it.
This peer pressure got Veronica into drugs at a young age, and she then began selling drugs to others her age and even younger.
I used to hang out in a park by my house, and they used to use because they were older than me. So I started using it with them, and I first tried weed, and then I passed to spice, and then pills.
She tells us she would sell the drugs for dealers as old as 23 and pass them out to students in middle school.
Who would you sell it to at school?
More to 8th graders, to 7th graders, 6th graders.
And in your backpack, you said you usually had it in your pockets?
Yes.
Veronica says it wasn't hard to get the preferred drug K2 to her classmates.
When you're selling something in the school, it will be like you give a handshake and you pass. He will pass the money to you, and you'll pass the pills or whatever you're selling.
From public places to schoolyards, Veronica admits children are doing the unthinkable. Her youngest customer, only 8 years old.
You'd see them actually smoking spice, 8-year-olds?
Yeah.
From the neighborhood, or who are these kids?
They were brothers of my friends.
Problem is, it's not weed they're smoking. It's a mixture of chemicals, even rat poison, that can be found in K2 or spice. Veronica's final wake-up call.
I had an overdose because I was drunk and spiced out, and I fell into depression, and I drank pills. And then I took a bottle of Clorox, and I took it to my room, and I drank it.
The teen ended up in the emergency room and had to have her stomach pumped. She was then sent back to counseling. That's when she opened up to PDAP counselors and Action 4 News about the social media site where she did all her wheeling and dealing. Facebook has become selling grounds for K2, and it's easy access for middle schoolers like Veronica to make deals with people outside of her school. Veronica says she accesses the social media site on her phone, so her mom has no idea she's dealing drugs. And when she's left home alone, which is often, it's her neighbor that comes over to check up on her. She has a lot of free time to run her drug business.
I spend a lot of time on Facebook, and that's why I used to do that. Like, because they will invite me, and I'll be like, okay. And they're like, invite me to parties, and I'll be like, okay, okay. But everything is like in Facebook.
She's finally decided to make things right and vows to continue with her rehab sessions. She wants to become a positive role model for students younger than her instead of promoting a drug-filled, dangerous path that almost cut her life short.
Well, I actually want to change.
I just checked in on Veronica's treatment at PDAP. I'm told by her counselor they've hit a major snag in the road to recovery. Surprisingly, it's not because of the teen's resistance. It's her own mother keeping her from going to treatment. Apparently, mom is making excuses like she doesn't have gas to drive Veronica to the rehab center. This is not unusual, according to the counselors, who say parents get in the way of their children's recovery very often because they don't take it seriously. Luckily, Veronica's doing counseling over the phone and says she's not giving up on building a better life for herself. We'll keep you updated on her progress. In the studio tonight, I'm Marcy Martinez, Action 4 News.
Well, let's hope she gets that help, Marcy. Now, parents and guardians are reminded to be on the lookout for warning signs of K2 users and those abusing the drugs. Physical signs of use are very troubling. According to drugfree.org, you may notice increased agitation, profuse sweating, pale skin, or vomiting. But what may be of the greatest concern is a loss of physical control, a kind of brain-body disconnect. For more on the drug warning signs and to share this exclusive story, head online to valleycentral.com.